RuPaul's Drag Race is the single most influential and praised LGBT television show ever made. Boom! That's the hook.
No, that can't be the hook. You have to like say something witty or do a little skit.
No. Facts are facts, America.
America, facts are facts.
Hello, kings and queens. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Sheldon. Welcome to Lavender Lingo. Today we're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race.
Our favorite queens, about the show itself, past seasons, and who we think the top 3 queens of season 16 will be so far.
Because a new season drops tomorrow and all we've seen so far is the Meet the Queens and the entrance looks, and we are so excited.
I'm literally such a big fan.
He is a ridiculously large super fan. He like watches the review shows of the review shows. It's honestly kind of out of control.
Don't judge me, I chose not to wear pants today. So.
So we're gonna start by going over our favorite queens of all time. I think we each get 5.
No. I already tried to make that list when I was doing the research for this, and I can't do it. It's impossible. So we could do a top 10.
We'll do a group top 10, because I bet that most of our answers are gonna be pretty similar.
It's just the same thing.
No, okay, whatever. Anyways, you go first.
Okay, I know on the top of my list, and again, there's no order to this list because I literally could not do that, but Shangela is going to be on that list.
Definitely. I would also say Alaska.
Yeah, 100% Alaska. Bob and Monet.
That's 2 different people.
I don't care. I can't pick between them. Not that I can't pick between them and everybody else, they both deserve to be on this list, and I would rather pair the siblings than be able to push other people off of the list at the bottom.
Okay, so it's really like a top 12, but we'll keep rolling with that. I would say Jinx is definitely also on that list.
Oh my gosh, yes, Jinx is on that list, of course. And while newer, I think Willow Pill deserves to be on the list.
Absolutely.
Plus, she's from Colorado, so that makes me love her even more.
Absolutely. Trixie and Katya.
So you
Again.
did too?
Well, if we're stacking, we're stacking.
Yeah, true that. Now it's a top 14. Simone, and Gottmik, both. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably the closest double win, or the only double win we ever should have had.
Yeah, agreed. Also Shea.
Shea Coulee.
Fierce.
Trinity the Tuck, the most wins in all of RuPaul's Drag Race history, so.
Fierce.
You know what? I don't care. Also on this list, you can add Alexis Mateo, Raja, Manila, Alyssa Edwards, Tatiana.
Mad bitches.
No, there's more. Detox, Bianca, Valentina, Sasha, Brooklyn Heights, Willem, Adore, Thorgy, Peppermint. I said Sasha Velour, but I also want Sasha Colby, Miss Cracker. There's so many queens that deserve to be on this list. And doing a top 10 is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot ask me to do that. It's my list, I can decide what I want to. The only queens we've ever met in person were...
Cracker. Although...
No, we met Latrice first.
We did meet Latrice first in Denver at Trax. And then where were we? We were at Industry Bar here in the city, and...
I don't like this story.
Tyler met Ms. Cracker.
It was embarrassing. I was so embarrassed. I literally, first of all, I looked cool because I was in my Halloween costume. We met her on Halloween, and I had my makeup done and I had my fairy wings on and I looked like a gothic fairy, which was our theme for Halloween this past year or 2 years ago. And I walked up to her and I was like, "Hi, I just have to say hi to you." And she was like, "Okay, sweetie, hi, what's your name?" And I was like, like I forgot my whole name, so I felt so embarrassed. That was really embarrassing for me.
He fangirled a little bit.
Yeah, I did. Which, like, I really like Miss Cracker. I thought she was going to be in the top in either of the seasons she was in, which she definitely deserves. She's fierce, So now, because we cheated on the last list, we promised ourselves that we would only give one answer to our next list, which is going to be our favorites of RuPaul's Drag Race, the seasons in general. So I'll ask first, what is your favorite season?
That's hard. I would probably say All Stars 2 or...
One.
Season.
You get one.
Okay. Shit, that's hard. I'm gonna say...
How do you not say
Season 13, I think.
Out of those 2 options?
Yeah, because you're gonna say All Stars 7. But I wanted to give a All Stars season.
All Stars 2. What is your favorite season?
All Stars 2. What?
That's a fair answer. I'm gonna say All Stars 7.
Ooh, All-Star 7 was good.
You can't not pick All-Star 7. Winners of Winners was the best season.
Yeah, and that was the best Snatch Game ever, so.
Yeah, it was the best, pretty much everything ever. Although All-Stars 2, in my mind, didn't age as well because there was a lot of like rude, petty drama on it, but it was still unmatched.
I just love anything is possible.
Oscar Thunder Fun Fashion Tape. Anus thing is possible.
Hey, what's your favorite challenge?
My favorite challenge is any of the runways. Is that a challenge? If not, then I pick the ball because I like them making things. I like the combination of drag meets Project Runway. So that's always my favorite.
My favorite challenge is probably Snatch Game. Snatch Game's a classic. You have to love Snatch Game.
And the best Snatch game ever? 1, 2, 3. Jinx Monsoon.
Yeah, Jinx Monsoon.
You cannot beat, no one's ever going to beat Jinx Monsoon
yeah.
as, what's her name?
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland.
It's the legend, the one and only Judy Garland is here.
Hello, Ru.
Yes.
It's so wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to be anywhere, really.
Yes.
You know, I've been dead for quite some time.
And,
That was a masterclass.
and also,
Natasha Lyonne.
Natasha Lyonne.
Our very own Russian doll. It's Natasha Lyonne.
Hey there, Rue. You know, we did that flick together.
That's right, we did.
Yeah. Don't tell Mom the cheerleader's a lesbian.
Yes,
Or something
exactly.
like that.
Yeah, good film.
Yeah. I quit smoking today.
Oh, you did? Well, what are you smoking?
A cigarette. Yeah, I didn't say it was going well.
Up next.
Who would you do on Snatch Game?
Oof, that's hard. Probably do like Britney Spears, honestly.
He would fail.
Mama!
He would fail as Britney Spears. I have two answers, and I couldn't do one of them for sure. I would want to do Voldemort, but as like a gay man who's like obsessed with Harry, but like with a lisp, like yeah.
Like a snake list.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or I would want to do, honestly, I would want to do Dora the Explorer, but you can't do her because she's a copyrighted character. Hola, soy Dora.
So you have this like ugly cutoff bob, a little hat on.
You're disgracing Dora. No, that is so rude. She is a cute little character. Yo soy Dora. So what is your favorite cat fight or your favorite drums from the seasons?
Favorite drums? Well, Party City is a classic.
At least I am a showgirl, bitch. Go back to Party City where you belong.
I think that my favorite though is actually the one between Candy Muse and Tamisha Iman in Untucked.
Fact, baby. Like I said, if you don't have star quality,
Baby.
get the out of here.
Girl, star quality. I've been around 30 years, little
That's
girl.
fine.
So who is your favorite guest judge?
This is hard. I mean, I know I definitely have a least favorite, which is probably a surprising answer to a lot of people.
Me too.
But I think my favorite judge was Miley Cyrus or Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, I was gonna say Janelle Monáe.
She was probably my favorite like personality, but I really loved Miley Cyrus because she was so fun. She acted like the crew. She came in. That was a really
vibes.
good.
Who is your least favorite?
My least favorite was Lady Gaga.
Mine too.
Oh wow, it is the same?
Yeah.
Oh.
What was with like the fucking fashion photo review? Like that's the whole time she's just like up there talking about herself. Like
Yeah, I love Lady Gaga. I just did not like her. I
strange.
felt like she was just sitting there having a memoir of her life because it was like Night of a Thousand Gagas or whatever, the episode she was on, the first episode of season 9. And that was not cute. To be honest, I don't view her that way. Maybe she is that way, but I don't view her as the kind of person to just sit there and talk about herself when she's literally on Drag Race. And maybe it was just how it was edited too, to be honest. But
right.
I did not appreciate that.
Also, my least favorite guest judge.
Now we're moving on to RuPaul's Drag Race, the show. And we're gonna start by talking about the host of the show, RuPaul Andre Charles, which, I'm just gonna be honest, deserves to be on the favorites queen list, but wasn't because RuPaul deserves a category all of their own. They are literally known as the queen of drag because they are probably one of the most famous drag queens in the entire world, if not the most famous. RuPaul was born in 1960 in San Diego, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, started performing in drag while going to performing arts school in Atlanta at age 15. But it wasn't until later in 1980s when he moved to New York City and started to develop and become a well-known drag character in the New York City club scene. And also, that's when he started performing on TV. He even made an appearance as a backup dancer in the music video for the B-52's Love Shack. Although his big break couldn't be defined as one singular moment, if you had to pick something, it probably was when he released Supermodel in 1992. That got him a modeling contract with the cosmetic giant MAC, and after that, his star pretty much went supernova. He's been in countless TV series and movies since then. He's released countless albums and songs, and has had a career that has spanned education and political and social activism. In 2017, Time magazine reported him as one of the top 100 most influential people. Also, he received a Hollywood Star of Fame in 2018, and is just overall an inspiring and amazing individual and a huge representation not only for LGBT people but for Black Americans and for people who are wanting to do drag. He is such an inspirational character and so thankful that he has done and had the career that he has had.
RuPaul's Drag Race is credited with bringing drag into mainstream culture. With over 15 seasons and 16 literally on the horizon tomorrow, there have been over 200 episodes and over 200 queens in the US that have been on the show. Since its first season in 2009, it has been on Logo, VH1, and MTV, and has spawned countless spin-off series such as Untucked, All Stars International, UK, Down Under, and all the other countless different franchises that we have from across the globe. Let's also not forget Queen of the Universe, which is technically a different show, but isn't really at all. The show is also highly decorated, having won 27 Primetime Emmys, 3 different Producers Guilds of America awards, 6 MTV Movie Awards, and 2 GLAAD Awards.
And 5 golden rings!
And these are just some of them. And although not exactly an award, it is kind of amazing to see how the queens from the show have taken over mainstream culture and are doing everything from major fashion runways now, to music, to modeling, to starting brands. All of this makes RuPaul's Drag Race the single most influential and celebrated LGBT television show ever produced. Now we'll be sharing our thoughts on season 16 and what we think of it so far. What do you think of the military theme?
Seems in bad timing.
I will agree with that. I think there were maybe some better choices.
I honestly think that's why we didn't really get a true promo this year, because I think they also realized that it was in bad timing. Like, you can't, with the state of the world, maybe military was not the best choice. What did you think of the color palette?
Meh.
It was not that good.
Yeah, I agree.
Doing greens and browns and blacks, like, that's just kind of sad a little. Especially with some of the silhouettes that the queens have. Like, it's just not as good as, for example, say, like season 11, where you had all of those like really rich colors, or season 13? No. Season 13 even. But it was like, yeah, this one, it just was not, it did not hit the mark. But I mean, the queen still killed it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, what about looks? Who had your favorite?
I think Dawn.
Rise and shine, mother. It's Dawn.
And Nymphia. Had my favorite. I love Dawn's little like Taurus fairy thing she had going on, and Nymphia's banana look was great. That was so good.
Yeah, honestly.
The stacked sunglasses, the all yellow, I loved it.
Dawn and Nymphia absolutely killed in all categories. They were so awesome to look at. They're just aesthetically pleasing.
Okay, what about your bottoms?
Before I give the bottoms, I do want to say that there's no hate, and I know that I'm not the proper judge because I'm not a drag queen, but we are here to just give our opinions. But yeah, no, my least favorite's a mandatory meeting. Yeah, exactly. A mandatory meeting, that was all of the looks were not my fave.
Yeah.
Also,
was not buying what she's selling.
Who else did I put? Morphine Love Dion. It was just so...
That's how I felt about Tsunami.
Walking out on the street. It was basic.
It was... Tsunami had just...
Wait, what did Tsunami wear?
That like blue, like quinceañera. Like,
was that Tsunami?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Tsunami.
That's not my favorite.
No, and I'm so sorry, but girl, you cannot go in branding yourself as a fashion girl and then wearing an ill-fitting jumpsuit.
Yeah,
Tsunami.
Not to shit on a Brooklyn queen, but...
Yeah, for your...
Honestly, I think Hershey, Le Courgette, her look in that, I don't know. Something about her look was just giving like mid-early 2000 like what would have been considered like fashionable or like you would have seen in tabloids, and it just felt dated. And I really liked her personality. I felt like as far as a look goes, she could have done better. Okay, so from that, who are your tops?
You mean from basically nothing? From basically
nothing.
From
let's
basically
judge these
nothing about these
individuals.
characters, who is the top 3?
Right.
My top 3 are Nymphia Wind. Dawn is my number 2.
Nymphia's my number 2.
Okay, no, Nymphia's gonna take the whole show. I think Plain Jane is probably gonna take she's gonna be in my top 3.
I would say, so my number 1 is Dawn, number 2 is Nymphia, and I think 3 is Saphira Crystal.
Yeah, Saphira Crystal.
She, I think, is gonna do really, really well as well. And I loved her entrance look.
Are we bad judges? Our new least favorite judge of RuPaul's Drag Race? Tyler and Sheldon.
Okay, so...
Okay, wait, let's get messy. Not that we haven't been messy this whole time. It seems like this season, we might struggle when it comes to comedy. There wasn't a lot of comedy going on in this.
No one seems funny.
Yeah, no, yeah to that. I didn't mean yeah to that. I just don't know if we're gonna see a lot of comedy in these challenges. Was that messy enough for you?
So I'm genuinely curious, who do you think will take the crown?
Nymphia Wind, I already said that. But that question wasn't for me, that was for them. Who do you think will take the crown for season 16? Write your answer down in the comments below.
Also, let us know your favorite challenges, favorite seasons, favorite queens, favorite cat fights.
Whatever you come up with.
Right, because it's still too early to tell for this whole 16 thing.
But regardless, we'll see you next time, besties.